hands, and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Mahomes to throw on second down. Over the middle, hauled in by Sharp. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Here's Mahomes now on the option right. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Mahomes now on 1st down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it second down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short.
Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail!
Mahomes going to throw. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a first down on the play.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. Fournette, a first down carry. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually...
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jags have taken the early lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here's Tate to return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he's not going anywhere to start the night. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And give him a gain of 37.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. The first down carry here for Johnson. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hart. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pick up there of 20 yards. And into the red zone now. And Charles, they told us offense in the red zone was a focus this week in practice.
A huge priority, and the key was to get points. So you know that all the time during the week they talked about executing, taking care of the football, no big mistakes. Make sure they put points on the board and come out of it with that.
12 more yards there and another first down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A tackle for loss there. 2 last week. He's tough to handle coming off the edge.
And when you talk about a defensive end, your first thought is how does he rush the passer? That's where he makes his big plays getting into the backfield. For the best ones can play the run as well.
In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Calais Campbell able to slump him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. They're going to look to throw. Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A handoff to Fournette. And an alley to run. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this. So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. On first down, Mahomes. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail.
On play action, it's Mahomes. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain of 32 that time. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. And that is incomplete. The intended target, the tight end, Austin Seferian-Jenkins. And it's 3rd down.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
Ohio. Ohio. Come on, let's go. Brand 38.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Looking to throw, and this will be incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and now it's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. He'll drop to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4th.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail!
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's a give to Fournette. Finding room at the 30. A 14-yard 1st down pickup for the Jaguars.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
And that's their 1st sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Tackle made there by Jordan Poyer.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Now Johnson. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
2 minutes remain here in the 1st half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. They'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Come on, let's go! What? 90!
Now back to throw. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well. Yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So out now come the Lions. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. So no gain on the play. They'll decline the penalty to not give them the down back.
And were you thinking to yourself that maybe they would take the yardage there?
Yeah,
because
possibly.
I definitely was. But as you noted, maybe they're just looking at the downs chart and saying, okay, we're comfortable where we are.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Airing it deep for Fowler. They got his man complete. They give him a gain of 38. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. They'll look to throw here. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, and that'll make it 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. In for the score. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down the crowd a little bit because everything was against them. As you noted, this game could have gotten away from them very easily, but instead, the calming drive, now they have a little bit more confidence. Okay, we're back in it. All right, we're ready to go. That was impressive.
And the defense now needs to reciprocate. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Sean Robinson busting through to get him for a loss of 6. So we reach the second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Here's Tate to return. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it then. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. They'll set up to throw. Now he'll be hit from behind, and he is landed on hard. Dante Fowler, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This will be taken at the 10. He'll be hard-pressed to match that one. That a 65-yard punt. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Check 27, eyes on 27.
Try to get the run game going. This is Fournette. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Left, 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 left.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The Jaguars on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Ace! 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 Ace!
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And now running right through it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now Mahomes. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. Fights off the defender. And spinning now. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail!
On second down, here's Mahomes. The 20. He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They give him a gain of 37. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Here's Mahomes to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
Ace! Ace!
They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
This offense bent the defense in their long drive downfield, but once they got within sight of the goal line, the defense went to don't break mode and is stiffened.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
So here come the Lions now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
You know they wanted, you know they expected. They needed him to be sharp coming out after the half. Unfortunately, he's missed his first 3 throws. I wonder if he got out late and missed his warm-up time.
The whole team did come out a little bit later than usual. I don't know, maybe there's something to that.
Must have been a heck of a...
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Dante Fowler in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Here's Sam Martin now, as he's on to punt for Detroit. fielded at the 20. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail!
Now Leonard Fournette. And some room to run now. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
Another good run there, and now we're seeing an offense that's imposed its will on a defense. When we talk about that all the time, what does it really mean? It means that the guys on the offensive line, they feel like they can do whatever they want. They're in the huddle saying, run it again. Give us another chance to smack someone and create some space. On the defensive side of the ball, not only have they imposed their will against you, you're almost powerless to figure out what you're doing there, but you got to keep your spirit up at the same time, and they're taking that too.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup, and guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football. Incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that go.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
Eluding the pressure right. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll run it again with Fournette. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar in some discomfort down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
They had enough yards for the first down, but a clutch hit right there defensively jars it free. No first down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And Detroit getting set to go now. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people would think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. He'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. And that one results in 35 yards. They go play action here on first down. He's got this one complete to Fountain. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. A first run for the backup, Abdullah. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another first down as well.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. He goes full extension, and he's got it. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Flex round! Flex round!
Back to throw here. And his throw here is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
They'll drop the throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Ace! Ace! Ready! Blue 45! Blue 45!
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. Fournette fighting through. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Here we go. Blue 45. Blue 45. Hut, hut, hut. Hut.
Now they try the right side here. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. They don't want it, fellas. They don't want it. Keep playing hard.
Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. The Jaguars on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. On play action, it's Mahomes. The open man is sharp. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say, you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one.
Well, right now, maybe they're just looking at it from the fantasy perspective. More points for everyone if they win big.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. And they take a knee. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Jags, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they taste defeat for the first time this season as they drop to 5-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time.